welcome back everybody to another episode of the GameCast NewsCast. I am Snowy, otherwise known as Count Fracula. Joining me this week is Fox.
Yes, the one man you can't keep dead, no matter how many times I seem to disappear off the face of the earth. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be back.
Yeah.
How are you today,
Yay!
Mr. Salty?
He's back. I'm good. I had a couple of weeks off from GameCast as well. Yeah, I needed it, to be honest. I needed to recharge my batteries, but I'm back and I'm here. Hooray!
Liar. There's nothing beyond GameCast. You belong to GameCast, heart and soul.
I'm going to correct you with the fact that there is a house in North Hampshire where I was staying that has very little signal and shit Wi-Fi. That's what was beyond GameCast for me.
You should have found a way. No brand loyalty.
I did not want to. I don't think my in-laws would appreciate me doing that.
I don't know.
While I was on holiday with them.
I don't know. I mean, what's a bit of recording with your in-laws, outlaws every now and then?
No, it's not. No. Anyway, so let's start then with the traditional section of Vox. What have you been playing this week?
Oh, well, I've been actually not doing much, to be honest. I've been,
Great. This is gonna be real good.
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, I've been a little too busy to actually play video games as of late. However, I will tell you what I do plan on playing. First and foremost, much to Count's chagrin, I pre-ordered Fallout 76, so I qualify for the beta. And that's probably what I'm going to be doing today. After this recording goes up, or whenever this recording goes up, I'll be playing the Fallout 76 beta. I don't know what to... shut up. I don't know what to expect of it. I've seen a bit of footage here and there. I am a Fallout fanboy. I'm not gonna lie. Despite, everything that Bethesda has done, I remain a fanboy. Todd Howard has seduced me with his beautiful locks. So, that's what I plan on doing. I don't have a console, so I can't play Red Dead Redemption, despite the fact that I actually kind of want to. And I pre-ordered Pokemon Let's Go Eevee Edition. So that's something else I'm going to be doing, and something else I very much look forward to. But what about you, Count? What have you been doing?
Not much. Been on holiday. But while I was on holiday, I took my Switch with me because I was a sensible person who thought ahead. And I actually ended up buying Zelda Breath of the Wild while I was out there.
I've heard that the game has received critical acclaim. What's your opinion on it?
Oh, I don't know. It's such a small game. I've not heard anything about it, really.
Right? Breath of the Wild? What is this thing?
I know. Zelda? I don't understand. No, it's good. It's good. I'm enjoying it. I've not played a lot of it this week because I've had to just catch up on everything around the house. But yeah, what I've played of it, I've played about, I don't know, 6 to 10 hours so far. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a really fun game. I bought it on the recommendation of my brother-in-law, who actually, while we were out there, in the same shop that I bought Zelda Breath of the Wild, he bought a Zelda-themed Switch controller because he doesn't have a Switch yet. He pre-ordered it with Smash Bros. But he bought the controller because you can use it on PC.
Oh, okay.
And I have subsequently gone out and bought the same controller.
All right. Well,
nice little controller.
I actually didn't know you could use the Switch controls on the PC. You
can because the wired ones specifically plug in with a USB connection. So.
Ah, well, that makes sense.
Yes, the disadvantage is you can't play it while it's not docked.
Oh. Okay.
Because it's a wired controller that plugs into the dock, so...
Alright, fair enough. I mean, a bit of a disadvantage, but okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah, it's good. I've just got into the... Have you played it, incidentally?
I have not. I don't own it, and that's why I think, yes,
okay.
I'd like to purchase it, although I feel like if I do purchase it, it'll consume a very large swath of my life, given how absolutely massive the game is.
Yes, I've just got into the Water City. I don't know how much that means to you. It's the city of the water people, the fish people. I can't remember their species at all.
The Water City, somewhere in the region with the fish people. You know the one.
Oh my God, Sully has appeared.
Oh,
Hello.
No.
Sully has
He's
appeared.
ruining everything.
Why are you ruining the recording, Sully?
No, man. I'm capturing it on Audacity. It's all good. It's rolling.
Oh.
Well,
Came prepared.
damn it.
Okay,
Right.
he's just appeared and is now going to... Oh, fuck.
That's how it works, man. Stay out of the grass.
Gotta do another clap sync now.
Nah. It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh,
you guys started?
dear.
Yes, we've started.
That's all right. Just roll me in. Let's keep going.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, fine. Sully's here now. Say hi, Sully.
Hi.
You know,
Vox.
I
came for Vox.
I was
Felt sad.
well, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people come for me, Sully. Just saying, but all right.
Ooh,
So
I hope to be one of those people.
Oh, good lord.
all right.
Oh,
So
dear.
allow me then, if Count, you won't do it. Ladies and gentlemen, out of the blue and unexpectedly, we have the GameCast founder, Sully, joining us. Mr. Sully,
Nice.
how are you today?
Too much title for one human being. I'm good though. Very tired, but good.
Good. Well, I sent you the same article twice for some reason. I've now sent you the things that we're covering. So
Oh my lord.
get caught up or get lost.
Ooh.
Anyway, right. Back, where was I? Zelda. Yes. Bought Breath of the Wild. It's good. Sully, have you played Breath of the Wild? He's now
No.
gone silent. No.
I
Fine.
ain't got time for that.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
a
in the
big
Water
ass game.
City. It's good. What else have I been playing then? I've played a bit more Spider-Man in preparation for the DLC. Because that's now come out, and I've got that. Well, I wanted to play it yesterday, but I booted up Spider-Man, and it turns out when I bought the DLC, it decided it didn't want to download it, because that'd be too sensible.
Oh dear.
That'd be too easy, just to download the thing that I bought.
It
But
would
no, it
make-
just downloaded the theme, and that's it.
It would make your life far too easy.
Exactly.
I'm surprised the theme even fit on the Switch.
But
No, Spider-Man DLC.
Oh,
Sully.
Spider-Man. Sorry, we're off Zelda now.
Yeah, we're off Zelda. We're off to Spider-Man. Yeah,
yeah.
Quality game.
it is. It's very good. What else have I played? I am preparing to play the new City Skylines DLC at some point. It's Industries this time. It looks very, very interesting. We've also played... There's a new Planet Coaster DLC, the World's Fair pack. And I'm going to make something with that at some point. And finally, Accounting Plus.
Oh dear, that game.
Yes! That's the first time I have been genuinely creeped out in VR. Ugh.
Yeah.
Do you know which bit I mean?
Oh, I've played the original Accounting, so I know what you're going through. I have not played Accounting Plus.
No, I played the
though.
original Accounting. That didn't bother me too much. There was a bit in this that really got me.
You see, until you said freaked out, I thought you were talking about some kind of like tax simulator or something.
Oh,
No,
trust me, it is far from a tax simulator.
The thing is, I don't want to say anything because I don't really want to spoil accounting because it's one of those sort of things that you better off experiencing. But
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, this is basically, it's a paid version of accounting. It's an expanded version. It's got more content to it. A lot more content, in fact. But yeah, I got to a particular new section. I Oh. I
Oh,
don't know
dear.
if I don't know if I could actually say anything about it without spoiling something, but oh my god, it really, really creeped me out.
Well, yeah, now you're just tempting me to purchase it and try it for myself.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. I have to sleep very soon. I'll try to.
Yeah. It took me far too long to solve the puzzle to get through that bit as well, so I couldn't get through it properly.
Oh dear.
I just had to keep going like, please let this bit end, please. It was so ugh. Anyway. So, and final thing I'll bring up then, the Return of the Obra Dinn. It's the new game by Lucas Pope, who made Papers, Please.
Ah, okay.
Yes, it is fucking weird. It's a mystery game. You have to solve what happened on the Obra Dinn. It has come back and everyone is dead, and you have to find out how everyone died. You sort of piece together this story. A lot of you don't piece it together in chronological order either. It's all a bit all over the place.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about. I've seen it on Steam. It's very...
Yeah.
It looks like it's you're playing on a old book, honestly. That's the best way to describe it. It's very yellow and brown.
Yeah. You can actually change the different the color scheme, but yeah, it's really like gorgeous and well constructed, and it's a really actually genuinely interesting mystery. So yeah, it's real good. I've only managed to play about half an hour of it so far, but I am really enjoying it. And this game has been in development for about 4 to 5 years. So
wow. Okay.
Yeah, the amount of effort that's been put into it does show, though. It is simply gorgeous.
All right.
Yes, there we go. So, latecomer Sully, what have you been playing this week?
Well, dabbling in a bit of Overwatch.
Okay.
Mostly watching my brother play Red Dead Redemption 2, which has been quite interesting.
Why have you been watching him play it and not play it yourself?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask that.
To be honest, I haven't got the finances to get it at the moment, so
well, neither do I.
My gaming budget is stretched, and I've committed to getting Black Ops 4 before Red Dead for...
Why? Why on earth would you do that? What a waste of money!
Some of the gang, the usual shooter gang, have decided to get it. I'm like, all right, I'll get it, because yeah, I know it's probably not worth it for one game mode, but I'm still going to do it anyway. So, Black Ops game mode, no, Blackout. Sorry, the Blackout game mode, the Battle Royale game mode. I really want to try out because it looks really good. I quite enjoyed PUBG, even though it came with plenty of clunkiness and network errors. Still thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think I'm going to really enjoy Blackout because it apparently has none of that crap. So it just seems to be a smooth experience, and yeah, I mean, I enjoyed Destiny, like that whole kind of online aspect, so I think I'm going to really enjoy Blackout as well, just playing with friends. Yeah, so that'll be me. But mostly this week, just been Overwatch, dabbling with Overwatch. What the holy fuck was that?
Shun, the non-believer.
Chunt, unicorn.
Yeah, you never knew I could reach those tones, could you?
Absolutely not. That was very scary. Red Dead 2, though. Definitely planning on getting that from what I've seen. Mark, on the other hand, we had a brief chat about this before we recorded earlier. Hasn't quite grabbed him yet. I think it was 10 to 15 hours in. Says it's feeling like a little bit of paraphrasing, a little bit on railsy at the moment. Like it feels like he's still doing some kind of tutorial, or it's really holding his hand still. And keep in mind,
I've heard
it's a
from
60
a few people that's the case, and it takes ages to open up.
Yeah, which is kind of bizarre. But his hang up mostly is the moment to moment gameplay. Not really grabbing him, feeling a little bit shallow. So we're planning on doing a bit of a pre-show recording and catching up and touching base after he's played it for another week before we record Pocket Edition next Monday. So
with your brother?
With my brother? No, Mark.
Oh,
Not
Mark.
No, Mark. Trusted Mark.
I got my wires crossed.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got poor Count all excited for no reason.
I think we should get your brother on. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, we can do that as well. He's probably played even more than Mark, so...
Probably. But yeah, it apparently takes a ridiculous amount of time to open up, and I have other things I want to play before that, namely the 2 Pokemon Let's Go games that will be coming in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yes. Right. Has that wrapped up everyone's games for the week then?
Yeah, just about, I believe.
Yep, 2 games of Overwatch.
Great. Yeah, none of us have been playing much. I've been on a break. Sully's been busy, and Vox
Preparing
has
for
been busy.
house inspection. Yay.
Oh,
I'm back now, though.
fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that bit out the way, let's move on to the first story of the show. Breaking news, as I'm putting it. In the last half an hour, the Undertale Twitter account has done something interesting.
That's
Yes.
news to me.
Yes, it was news to me as well until someone retweeted it, and I'm like, okay, hello. So, who doesn't know what Undertale is but at this point? Probably nobody. Everyone knows what Undertale is.
Well,
I watched Shaka play that. It was great.
yeah, unless you've been living under a rock.
I've played through a good portion of it myself. I'm trying to do a pacifist run.
Did it all, seen it all.
Very good game.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great game. Anyway, so the Undertale Twitter account has changed its not the but the other name to a load of blank capitals. Their cover photo and profile picture is now completely black. And they came out with the message over several tweets, and in all capitals, I will read it out. Welcome. Have you been looking for me? How wonderful. I have been looking for you as well. I have something I want to show you. Something I think you'll find very, very interesting. But it is not complete yet. No, it is far from complete. Thus, I have a small favour to ask of you. Return here in 24 hours. At that time, I'll ask you a few questions. Then, using your responses, we will approach its realisation. Thank you very much for your time. I will be in contact again soon.
That's very interesting. I wonder...
That is very interesting, and also a little bit creepy.
Well, I mean...
'Tis the season.
True. Tell me, are either of you familiar with the character from Undertale, Gaster? He was not really a character per se,
the sort of character that isn't there but is there.
Exactly.
Yes.
The
hidden ghost.
Exactly. That sounds very much like him. If we're honest here, it's creepily scientific the way they phrased it.
Yes, using a responses, we will approach its realization.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, hey, who knows? Maybe we're looking at a sequel. Maybe not. I'm not one usually to speculate, but there
Expansion?
is maybe.
Nah,
that'd be
never
interesting.
happens these days.
The thing is, can you make a sequel to Undertale? It was a pretty sort of cut and dry thing.
Well, I mean...
Aside from the whole branching bit, but, you know.
I mean, there are a few things that were left unanswered, so they could possibly spin something from that.
Yeah, but a lot of the things that were unanswered were just things that by the seams of it, ended up getting cut from the game and just sort of left in the background. But
No
I
such
don't
thing has been
know.
cut from the game. Not with Undertale.
yeah, that's true, and also a bit creepy, but true.
No, it's no such thing. Well, I mean, it's frankly,
Speculation.
come on. A lot of the game itself is speculation. People who have data mined the game have found oodles and oodles of tidbits of information that seem to lead somewhere, but then at the last minute it was kind of cut. However, it doesn't look like it was cut in production. It looks like it was cut off on purpose. It was like stuff that was left there specifically for people who data mined to find out. So,
Shocking.
So I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Who developed this game, Count? Who published it?
Toby Fox, and he published it by
Fox.
himself.
Right.
It was his first game, and it took him, I think it was 10 years or something to make. He made it all himself, everything.
Holy shit.
My
What has he
gosh.
been doing in the meantime, though? Has he put together a studio? Does he have a publisher? Is he still flying solo?
I mean, he's doing well for himself probably at the moment.
Well, I'm just wondering, if he's been quietly putting something together team-wise in the background, I'd imagine, you have to do something else after.
I don't think he's done anything else yet.
Seemingly.
He made an episode. Well, he was involved with the music on an episodic adventure game called Hive Swap last year. But other than that, he's just been doing Undertale stuff, or Undertale related things. So maybe he has been working on something in the background.
Yeah. Have there been any significant additions to the game since its release? I'm very... my knowledge on Undertale is limited by a few gameplays that I've seen.
It was very much sort of released as a complete project, but when it was released on PS4, there were a couple of little additions to it.
Interesting.
Like just small background details. Like one of the skeletons, I think it was Sans. No, not Sans. The other one, Papyrus, had a line added to him that was basically alluding to Jim Sterling wanting to date him.
Well,
okay.
Considering, at least publicly, he's not put together any studio, he's not been promoting any other team-oriented projects, I'm going to imagine, considering this game took him 10 years to make, he hasn't created some kind of sequel off his own back. So I'm going to imagine this is probably just some kind of story DLC that he's working on within the original game.
Maybe. Or maybe this is like real proper like meta promotion.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's gonna be something, probably. It might be nothing. This might just be like a complete non sequitur bullshit thing. But nonetheless, it's nice to speculate about these kind of things. And even if it's not Undertale related, I'm still going to be interested to see what he manages to come up with, because it's been 3 years since Undertale came out, believe it or not.
Whoa.
I know.
Holy
That's been a
cow.
while.
I feel
I only
bad that I
realised
haven't
that-
played this properly yet.
I only realised it when I googled it a minute ago. But yeah, even if it's not Undertale related, I'm really excited to see what he'll come up with as a follow up to that, because that is a really, really big ask as a follow up to one of the biggest indie darlings of all time. But yeah,
What?
we'll see. We'll see in 24 hours from recording. So that means I'll try and get this one up as soon as possible so that the information isn't technically outdated when it goes live.
Well, now it falls on you to report back, Count. We're holding you entirely responsible. All of GameCast is
That
looking
sounds
to
like
you.
a lot of effort,
Well,
but I will try.
well, it's your thing now. Sully, tell him.
I'll have my pitchfork ready.
There we go.
Okay. I'll try. Anyway, on that note, We'll find out soon, but let's move on to the next story of the show. So, Sully has had to leave us. He just joined us for that little bit of the show. He's got to be up in 6 hours.
What sleep?
Not the best idea for him, but oh well.
What sleep? Nobody needs it.
Exactly. Anyway, so, DRM. We all hate it. Gamers hate it. Sensible people hate it. But publishers love it.
Of course they do. That's how they make money.
Well, it's how they claim to stop piracy, but in reality it's just bullshit.
Money, money, money.
Yeah. But a lot of the time, this is only going to be tangentially related to gaming, but it is still technically gaming related. A lot of the time, DRM is used to, it's used in bad ways, such as if you repair something and circumvent DRM, then, oh my god, you've done a horrible thing. Because, apparently this is ridiculous. You're in breach of DMCA laws, the DMCA law, by circumventing DRM.
Despite the fact
of course,
right.
Yeah, reasons. But now, the Library of Congress and the US Copyright Office have outlined a new set of exemptions in the DMCA to do a lot of things, but amongst those things, DRM circumvention in the instance of repairing a device. So if something goes wrong, like if the DRM bricks it, or you need to get into the device to repair it and have to get past some DRM to do that, if it's a software issue, that is now fine. It should be fine at some point.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I kind of not really understand DRM when it comes to, software. I mean, no publisher out there, no game author, for example, wants their software being pirated. I mean, let's be honest here. Piracy has done less harm than big companies make them out to be, but in the end, it's understandable, at least for software. For devices, however, in order to service them, in order to make sure that they can repair it, bit of a dick move to add any kind of DRM to a device. Once you own it, it's yours. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the whole idea of, the whole way that companies treat DRM is just shitty. And in fact, in some instances, such as Sonic Mania, you can have DRM that can occasionally just brick the game, if not the system. Because Sonic Mania use De Novo, everyone's favourite piece of shit.
Yeah.
If you don't know what De Novo is, just look it up. It's fucking terrible. But Sonic Mania had that on there, and I think it was on PC. A lot of antivirus software actually picks up De Novo as a virus sometimes.
It is a virus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If we're being candid about it, then De Novo is a virus. It's a piece of shit. But yeah, the whole idea that breaking DRM is somehow a bad thing is just inexcusable. And fortunately though, with this change, a lot of the people part of the right to repair movement, which is a really great movement that quite sensibly says that if you want to be able to repair something that's broken, you should be able to. Somehow that's a controversial statement. Right.
But I mean, I think the crux of the movement isn't just about, a person being able to repair their hardware. It's mainly you have the right to go to someone else who knows how to do it, and they can repair the hardware. repairing the hardware has never really been an issue. It's just companies want you to go to their specialized dealers and charge you an assload of money just to repair something that someone else might say, oh yeah, I'll charge you $5 for that. So, I mean, hey.
Can I smell apple anywhere?
Apples? I don't smell any apples here. I don't know what you're talking about. Jobs, please don't kill me.
Steve Jobs has been dead for 5 years.
They say that, but he's probably frozen somewhere. I'm not a conspiracy nut. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna be honest, mate. I don't think he has.
You never know, man. They said the same thing
That's
about Disney.
That's what they want me to think.
Exactly. But really, I don't want their Apple ninjas coming after me. Not again.
Apple ninjas. Oh, it's all right. They need an update every 20 minutes, so it's fine. They run out of battery.
Yeah, you're right. Once they release the new operating system, they just crash.
Yeah, exactly. And they're all obsolete after 2 years.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, dear. So, yeah, this whole thing about the DRM thing, it is not people allowing you, or it's not the government allowing you to circumvent DRM to access. So it's not saying you're allowed to crack a game, for instance. It's not saying you're allowed to just crack a game's DRM because you want to. It's saying that, for instance, if that software doesn't work, you could crack the DRM to try and get it to work.
Yeah, it's
like there's definitely, the way they've worded this is good. Well, it's well phrased. There's not a lot of loopholes in it, so they've obviously gone through it quite carefully.
Yeah, it's solely for the purpose of repairing a device or software that is not functioning the way that it should be, either due to an error or negligence.
Yeah, or one line of code in the case of Aliens Colonial Marines.
Oh, I'm sensing a bit of salt there.
I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah, how
Did
many
you hear
years?
about that?
Yeah, no, I heard about that. How many years was it after the release that somebody just found that and then instantly fixed the game?
5, I think.
5 years, my gosh.
Yeah. I don't think it instantly fixed the game. I think it just made the AI slightly more tolerable.
Excuse me. I mean, from what I read, no, it did actually do, like, it was actually a big deal. Again, from what I read, it actually fixed the game. It made it what it should have been.
Yeah, it did. But, again, doesn't... Yeah, I'm still not going to get it.
No, I'm not
no
saying get it.
intention of buying Aliens Colonial Marines anytime
No,
soon.
same here.
Anyway, so, not much else to talk about, I don't think. I think we've gone through the basics of that. I believe that,
Yes, I quite agree.
It's certainly a good thing to be able to repair your devices, and it will make things like Apple's kill switch in the MacBook Pro a better idea. Well, a worse idea.
Worse idea.
Remember that?
Oh gosh, we don't talk about that. That's one of those things you just don't mention because it's kind of like Bloody Mary or Beetlejuice. You say it 3 times and bad things happen to you.
For those of you who don't know, Apple, in one of the editions of the MacBook Pro, I can't remember what year it was, built in a special kill switch that stops the system from functioning when opened and repaired by someone who is not authorized to do so. So you had to have a special software thing that deactivate the kill switch. That is disgusting, Apple. Like, I remember watching a video about Apple's continual lack of common sense when it came to designing things like the MacBook Pro. Like, just cutting costs and all over the place, and basically MacBook Pros fall apart after 2 years almost consistently.
Yeah, wasn't one of the things that they placed a heatsink, I believe, right next to where the connectors for the screen are or something, and so it caused the screen connectors to melt and for the screen to literally fall off?
Yeah, something like that. There's also one... there was one MacBook Pro where the hinge between the screen and the rest of it was so fragile that they just broke. Like, a lot of them just break constantly because they're really badly done. Like, just cheap framework because they wanted to make it look thin.
Of course.
Yeah, great. Anyway, let's stop ragging on Apple. That's not why we're here.
But it's fun.
I know, but anyway, we'll get Apple fans moaning at us. Let's move on to the next story of the show, and I think we're going to make it the last one.
Alrighty then.
The Nintendo Switch, a glorious little console which I love to pieces, has officially outsold the GameCube.
Yes, according to...
poor little GameCube.
Hey, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. The GameCube had
there's nothing wrong with the GameCube. It just didn't sell well enough.
Yeah, that's true. It was a marvelous little device. Technically a handheld, because, you know, it had the little handle on the side, and you could replace the top hinge with a screen. But anyway, according to the news article, it is, and I quote, quite popular. Not sure I quite agree with quite popular. I'd say it's insanely popular.
Yes. It has passed 22.86 million units sold, the Switch, which beats the lifetime sale of the Nintendo GameCube, which finished at 21.74 million units, which is still a good nearly 10 million behind the Wii U's 13.56 million units.
Yeah, the Wii U, poor thing. I kind of don't feel bad for it. Yeah, it's like, I kind of don't feel bad for it, but... I
do and I don't. You know?
It tried.
It had its ideas, and it just didn't do them well enough.
There was an attempt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good for a console that's only been out for 18 months.
Oh yeah, no, it's marvelous for a console that's only been out for that I'd say short amount of time, relatively speaking.
I mean, a console's general lifespan is between 5 and 7 years.
Yeah, exactly. So we still, it still remains to be seen how many more they're going to sell.
Yeah,
exactly. A bit on the article here, though. That's just mean. The Switch has now surpassed sales of the GameCube and the disastrous Wii U. Don't call the Wii U disastrous. I mean, it tried.
I mean, it's pretty disastrous.
Yeah, it was.
The thing is, there is only one Wii U game that hasn't been re-released on the Switch that I would genuinely say have a Wii U for, and that is Zelda Wind Waker HD. So a remake of a GameCube game is the only reason to own a Wii U now.
Wasn't Wind Waker considered the least popular of the Zelda series?
I don't know. I love Wind Waker. It's great.
No, I'm asking because I actually genuinely don't remember. Oh dear. Well, my fiance considers the Wind Waker to be an absolute atrocity of a Zelda game.
Boo! Wind Waker's great.
I can't personally say I'm either for or against because I didn't find it to be that bad, frankly.
You had Wind Waker, but then you also had all the little DS, like not 3DS, but the DS Zelda games all tied into that timeline. So they're all pretty fun. I like that series of games. Anyway, yeah, I don't see there's much use in owning a Wii U unless you don't own a Wii and want to play Wii games.
Yeah.
That's about it. It's the only reason I keep mine around.
Yeah, I actually never owned a Wii U. I played over at a friend's house, but I actually still have my original white clunky Wii. Never got
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and it finally passed into the next life. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it burned out its graphics card or something happened. It's because I like to. Yeah, I'm a homebrew guy. I like hacking it, so that's probably something to do with it.
Aw.
But
Mine was always a bit faulty. It never quite worked right.
Yeah, I think there was just something off about the Wii's in general. But then hopefully they fixed that with the Wii Mini, I think is what it was called.
Oh, yeah, there was another one, wasn't there? Yeah.
Yeah, a smaller, streamlined version of the Wii. I think it came out in all black rather than the white ones from the original.
Yeah, I think Hillary's got a black one at her house. Or at her parents' house. I don't know. But yeah. So the next thing for the Switch to pass in sales is going to be the Nintendo 64, which stands at 32.93 million units. That's pretty impressive, for the time.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, then it's got to pass the SNES and then the NES.
And then finally, at number 1...
yeah, okay, fuck it, let's do it in reverse order. So we've got Wii U, GameCube, Switch currently, Nintendo 64, SNES, NES, 3DS, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy and Game Boy Color. They're together for whatever reason in this. Oh no, sorry. The Wii, then the Game Boy, then the DS. Because the DS sold a shit ton, because there's been a shit ton of versions of it.
Yeah. Geez, now that I think about it, you're absolutely right. My gosh.
Because there was the DS Lite, the DSi, and the DSi XL or something.
Yeah, they did come out with an XL version. My gosh, how many times have they re-released that console?
To be fair, the 3DS is probably worse, because there's the 3DS, then there's the 3DS XL, then there's the 2DS, and then there's the new 3DS, the new 3DS XL, the new 2DS, and the new 2DS XL.
Yeah, okay, I'm
and all
sorry.
of those have loads of different versions and interpretations as well.
Okay, here's my gripe. All right, what was the point of the 2DS? Just a non-foldable console. Why?
I don't know. It's because it's supposed to be all chunky for kids. So like you want to, like, the kids want a console, but one, you don't want to give them the 3D because it'll give them a headache. Two, you don't want to give them something that they might snap, because you could snap a DS probably quite easily.
I mean, you shouldn't be giving a kid a console if they don't...
Yeah, I suppose if the kids at the age where they might snap the console, maybe they don't need the console. But I do think that was generally the idea. It's like if they drop it or if they try and snap it, then they can't. I think that was the point of the original 2DS.
I guess. It honestly, I'm sorry, that console reminds me of a doorstop.
Well, one good thing of the 2DS is they did Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire had special 2DSs that were translucent red and blue.
I'm still not sold. I'm sorry.
I'm sold because I love the original Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald cartridges were red, blue, and green.
I don't know. I understand the whole translucent thing. I still have my original Ruby cartridge, and I love that game to death. But just no. Speaking of which,
yes.
Just saying, out of the blue, Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Oh, those games! I love them.
I like them, but I don't like the art style.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it. I didn't like the Gen 6 art style. The whole chibi overworld stuff didn't go with me at all.
Alright, I guess I understand that.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're remakes of good games, so they're still pretty good. But yeah. I actually, a side note, I am the kind of weird super fan. I spent £10 to buy just the steelbook of Alpha Sapphire because I didn't have it.
You went out of your way to get the steelbook itself?
Yes. Because it's the only one that has a steelbook that I didn't have the steelbook for.
Wait, you have the steelbook for Sun and Moon?
Yes.
My gosh, you
And
really are
Ultra
super
Sun
fan.
and Ultra Moon, because I got the duo one that had a steelbook.
My gosh, you are an Ultra fan.
I know, it's great. Actually,
oh,
I managed to buy... I finally got hold of Super Mystery Dungeon.
oh, how is it?
Good. It's not as good as the original. I really like the original Mystery Dungeon games, like Red and Blue. They were called.
Mm-hmm.
They were really great games, and these other ones aren't as, or this one isn't as good, even though it got great reception at the time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it. I just don't enjoy it as much as I wanted to.
Do you plan on getting what's the name of that? Detective Pikachu?
I still want that, yeah. The second-hand store in my country called CEX are selling it at a ridiculous markup for no reason. They're selling it for £38 and you can still buy it new for like 30. I don't quite know why they're doing that.
They're like GameStop.
Yes, they are. Yeah, you can still buy it for 30 quid, and I don't know why. I don't know. But yeah, I want it, but I never feel like I need to get it, you know?
I know, that's understandable.
Like, I don't feel like my life would be made any better by owning it.
Don't lie to yourself, Count. It would.
Yeah.
And you know it deep down
It's on the
inside.
list of Pokemon side games that I don't have yet. And there aren't many of those, I'm gonna be honest.
I can imagine. But, speaking of which, and I actually just remembered, I lied, technically, about what games I've been playing recently. I just didn't really pay this one any heed. I actually never got around to finishing Ultra Sun. I just realized that. And so...
Oh, I played Ultra Sun recently as well, because I had both.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I played Ultra Moon, and then I just forgot about the other one.
No. I have... So my brother and I originally got Pokemon Sun. I originally got Pokemon Moon. He got Sun. And then recently we just both completely forgot that we had the Ultra versions of each other's games. So I have Ultra Sun and he has Ultra Moon. And we never got around to actually playing them. So he and I just decided to go on a binge, and now he's already finished the game. He plowed through it in a day, I think, which disturbs me greatly. But I've gotten, I'd say, around halfway, 3/4 of the way, and there's just, I don't understand, or that's a lie. I do and don't understand why Nintendo decided to just release Sun and Moon when really they were just incomplete versions of the full game. Like,
yeah, like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, apart from the odd bit, have just improved the plot, specifically the plot, massively.
That, and there's just a lot of features that were missing.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
It wasn't as good as it could have been.
No,
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are much better.
Yes. Although, still not entirely a fan of the whole island challenge thing. I'm still a gym fanboy.
I still like it. I think it's fun.
Yeah, it's it's a nice it's a breath of fresh air, but at the same time I'm like, it could have been a little more different. Anyway, moving on.
Yes. Anyway, do we actually have anything else to talk about?
I think that about wraps it up nicely, actually.
I think so. Yeah, Switch sales, they're pretty good. They're doing well. Yeah, other than that, I don't think there's much else to say about it, really. Yeah, just go and buy a Switch because it has good stuff.
Yes, Switch equals fun. Do it.
Yes. And on that note, let us wrap up the show. That brings us to the end then of this episode of the GameCast NewsCast, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, share, do all of the things, leave a comment because we really fucking need it, and YouTube is shit.
And don't forget to hit that little bell icon.
Yes, hit the bell. The bell. A fucking bell end. Anyway. I'd like to thank Vox for joining me. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're quite welcome, Mr. Salty Count.
Ass. And yes, I will be back on GameCast on a more permanent basis now. I am back. No plans on going on holiday until January now. So other than that then, thank you all for listening. And I will see you soon for something else. And Vox will hopefully be back more frequently for other things.
Well,
Goodbye.
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.